Hey, what's going on YouTube? I am back with another story time, and if you do enjoy these story times, please like, subscribe, ring that bell. In case this is the first time I ever went to a concert. So this was probably 14 or so, mid 2000s here. Hey, what's going on YouTube? I am back with another story time, and if you do like these story times, please like, subscribe, ring that bell. In any case, this is the first time I ever went to a concert. About 14, 15. My dad basically, I'd been wanting to go to a concert for the longest time, and there was just one summer towards the end he wanted to do something particular, so basically, I had been kind of a loose fan of Rob Zombie at the time. He was in those Twisted Metal games. There was a lot of, on MTV a fair amount. And it just, I don't know, it was just right in that era for me as a kid. So I definitely enjoyed Rob Zombie to a certain extent. But definitely was much more peak Rob Zombie fandom back then. But really, so it basically surprised me the week of going to it and showing up. I made sure, of course, knowing Rob Zombie full well, to wear all black and whatnot. But of course, my dad, getting right off of work, is wearing Banana Republic khakis and whatnot, and just work, like office work attire. So he stood out like a sore thumb to everybody. I don't think there was a single person that was not wearing black at that show. It was definitely, he was just this like beaming light of light clothing compared to everybody else. But basically we get in there and it's just like, oh man, I just wish there was some hasty looking. So we get in there, and it's a nice looking spot. I'm trying to remember exactly where it was. It was in California. Remember exactly. Pretty sure it was in LA. I don't know the venue. It didn't seem too crazy big. It was an indoor, amphitheater, and we ended up on the second mezzanine. First mezzanine. Basically just the. There was the base floor, there was the pit, and then there was the mezzanine piece above. And we basically were right on the edge, front row of the mezzanine, and that was a pretty good view. And they had some opener that sounded a lot like Evanescence, but it wasn't Evanescence, but it was interesting. But the thing that kicked it off really, and I think this really goes with any concert, but I was in the middle of my heyday of weed smoking and whatnot in high school, and man, the one thing that really griped me about this concert that I was just like, ugh, is the fact that the moment, like, it was funny, the opener, you didn't really smell it at all, but the moment Rob Zombie came on, it was like just this smell of weed smoke just filled that room like crazy. It just reeked of weed. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just like that classic concert, out when it's an outdoor concert and whatnot, you smell it, but it's like, there's a lot of air circulation in here in this amphitheater. It was just this from the moment he came on till the end, it was just this ramping smell of just weed smoke just through and through, and I just couldn't help but be like, oh man, God damn it. And so it was funny at first though, because like we were enjoying it and all, but apparently Rob Zombie was like not having it with the crowd. He kept calling us like conservative, and we need to mosh more, and we need to do more stuff. And there was a mosh pit down below, and they were circling and whatnot, but apparently not enough for Rob Zombie. But by the end of the concert, I mean, that mezzanine that we were on, it seemed so sketchy because that thing was going up and down. It was crazy. It looked like it was ready to give the way it was bouncing up and down by the end of the show. It was It was pretty intense looking from my view. When I was, right in the front row of that mezzanine, I got to look at the side and see how this, floor we're standing on is like ebbing and flowing with the music. Like, oh geez, this is not good looking, but nothing happened. It was just, man, it was just crazy because I don't think I'd ever been to a concert quite like that, and I don't think quite ever since. Most of the concerts I've been to are like outdoor festivals or in like the big arenas and whatnot. So like being in that sort of amphitheater with the mezzanine, that was an interesting experience to say the least, especially with some Rob Zombie jams going on. It was actually a pretty good time, even with my dad being there sticking out like a sore thumb and whatnot, and me having to stay all straight edge and trying to get some second hand off of it. It was a pretty fun time, and it was right in that heyday of Rob Zombie and whatnot. Well, no, I wouldn't say his heyday, probably when he was transitioning to movie. I want to say this was not long after House of a Thousand Corpses had come out. I want to say it was like the following year or something like that, but yeah, it was a pretty fun time, and that was definitely got me thirsty for some more concerts. That was pretty nice freaking show. I had been desperate to go to a concert for a long while, and so that was a nice little surprise, and it was greatly appreciated. But yeah, that was my first concert. Freaking Rob Zombie of all. What's the first concert you ever been to? Did you get to smoke weed at it? Were you stuck with your parents? What was it like? But yeah, in any case, if you do enjoy these story times, please like, subscribe, ring that bell. You have a great rest of your day.